The winner gets a trip to sunny Arizona for Super Bowl 57. The AFC title game is underway, taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He'll buy some time right. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. How about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go right back to Singletary. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's get that ball. Let's get that one. Mike 51. Watch the screen.
Here's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They go play action with McDonald. Buying time to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 19. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Allen off the play fake. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Bills are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fields it right around the goal line. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 21. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
To throw is Strebler. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. Second down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
On the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. That's caught out wide by Cooks. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. A huge play there on the screen pass. 44 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. A first down throw for Mills. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So that, a definite deflator there on the interception.
Yeah, you work your way down the field thinking you're in position for a go-ahead score. But all it takes is one errant throw, and this one winds up a turnover.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
second and 7. It's out, it's loose, and the Texans scoop it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
Now they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. 6-0 our score after 1. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, Cottrell. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. First and 10, it's Pierce. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Going to be off target and incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, third and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. Cottrell, and he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. Third and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. But they went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Back to him on first down. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run. And that's a nice job there, getting the safeties involved in run support.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Touchdown, Texans! From 4 yards out. And the Texans are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
So now on 4th down, Sam Martin on to punt for Buffalo. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. The fake punt gets him 13 yards. A huge play on special teams. It's a first down. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On play action, Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a first carry for their fullback. And some space here. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Would have put him in the lead, but hold that thought.
Yeah, the celebration had to stop, didn't it? Because now you're on a real uptick. You're in the lead. Instead, you're still behind. Have to find a way to regroup.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. On play action, Allen. They'll roll him out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning.
58 to Mike, 58.
Looking to throw again on second down. Allen, he'll get this one complete to Davis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A give up the middle to Singletary. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills have taken the lead here in this AFC title game. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and oh, there's a fake, and now he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Strebler. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
56 to Mike, 56.
They go play action. Mills. Flipping left side, he's got it, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
58, 58,
Looking to throw is Mills. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Mills again. Cooks on the quick slant. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 23. Mills to throw it. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
On second down, here's Pierce. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
On 1st and 10, Mills. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first. Get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
56.
On the RPO, that's complete right side. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 37. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Quick throw complete by Mills. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Up the middle they go. Cottrell, and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Chris Strebler, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Texans have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 2. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense. The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. To the air, Allen. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Second catch in this AFC title game, but he's got a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Looking to throw on second down. Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Bills have retaken a third quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've had to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
One quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Throwing, Mills. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Strebler. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Mills. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Mills, 4th down, gotta have it. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
They'll run on first down. Cottrell taken down at the 47-yard line.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
On second down now, Cottrell, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 44 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Pierce now up the middle. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And they'll try to throw here. Mills pushes him over. And some room to roam now. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got Jordan complete right side. Touchdown! Brevin Jordan, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have taken the lead here now in the 4th quarter of this championship game. A big spot now for the Texans as they'll try for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. A field goal would tie the game. A touchdown, of course, gives them the lead. Boy, the drama intensifying on every single play with a Super Bowl berth on the line. And meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On 2nd down and 4, Allen. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Give to Pierce. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Gregory Rousseau able to bring him down. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. On 2nd down, Cottrell. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw, Mills. Gets it off to Freeman. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Pierce. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Now Mills. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, let's go. 58, Mike. Double dog, that's the way.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
58. Just like that. Just like that.
Mills back to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and that will keep this a 3-point game. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Charles, still a 1-possession game. Remember, it could have been 2 after they opted to go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Didn't get it, but their defense holds strong, and so this is a huge possession coming up here.
You're certainly right about that, partner. And a lot of people look at them going for it on 4th down as a failure when they didn't get it. But there's also their way of saying, hey, we have confidence in our defense because they went out and held them. Got the ball right back for them. So, nice stand for them. Momentum can swing back to their side if they have a good drive here.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Singletary trying the left side. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot. So what can they do to get closer now on third down? Allen. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And they're able to spike it with time remaining. And now in field goal range here with a chance to get this one to OT. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. The Texans, they are going to the Super Bowl as we sign off and say goodnight, everybody. And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.